This is my new microphone extension. It's 20 feet long. A few glitches. Welcome to the other side of my hotel room. I do love this. Thursday to everybody. Whether or not your father is here in physical form to celebrate with, or is here in spirit, much like mine. Today we celebrate the men who created us, right? In my opinion. So I have some family on this call, and I do have some text messages coming in that I can't answer right now. But thank you all for joining. I did see a message coming in. And hopefully I'm live. Am I live? Waiting for the stream. Hope you are well. There's 2 people here. It says I'm live, so I'm going to keep going. All right. So today is Father's Day. It's a big day. It's great that... Why is that? Hold on one second. Okay, so I've got the stream running over here so I can at least see comments that are coming in and make sure that I'm still live. That's what's going on over there. So if you see me look over there, just to make sure that my internet connection is still here. So anyways, thanks for joining. Sorry I had to push back, but today we're celebrating all the fathers, but this is my father. Oop. This is Myron Kirsh. Look at that handsome man. I think I got his smile. What does everybody else think? I also want to thank everybody who's here in support of this stream. It's really important that I learn more about my dad, or as much about my dad as possible, while that I still have people on this planet, in this dimension, that can tell me the stories and fill me in about who my dad was. So I apologize in advance if I get emotional. If that's not something that you are interested in witnessing today, please go ahead and leave the stream. But if not, if you are able to stick around, I would really appreciate. I'd really appreciate if you could be here for me. So my dad, here's a side-by-side picture. Okay. My dad had 7 kids. And I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know if I should name them off or not, because I'm not supposed to be naming 2 of them off. So I'll skip those 2, okay? So my dad had 7 kids. The first is Steve, and then Jill, and then Joel, and then Rob, and then and then Jessica, me. And I think that's the order. Joel sent me an updated order because I was saying it the wrong, and she would be able to let me know if it's right or wrong. I know she would if she was able to sign in to Gmail or Google to be able to comment. So this is my dad, and this is me. And this picture was taken either shortly after or a year, maybe a year after my dad passed away. And I'm not sure how old I am here, but I know that I was born in 1987, May, and he passed away on December 11th of 1989 from leukemia. And as far as I know, I'm going to hang these in the background. Let's see if they'll be able to be seen. How's that? The hotel wall, if in case anybody's concerned. Oh, there he is. Look at him. Okay. All right. So today I am... It's so weird to be such a far distance from the camera now that I have this extended cord. I'm hoping you all can hear me still. but anyways, I'm sure you can. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit back and relax, and I want to read something that is very special, and it was sent over by my brother Rob. Okay, I feel like I need to be closer to you all. I know I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't move the camera. I had it all set up. Okay. So this is my dad's eulogy. And the background on it, I wish Rob could be here to comment on the background, because he sent me a little blurb about where the funeral was held, but he's not on this stream right now. He's out celebrating him. Oh, side note, I do have a lot of fathers of kids in my family, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them a shout out right now if I can remember them all. Steve is the father to 3 boys, and then Jill, she's obviously a mother, but she's got 4 kids, and her husband and their father has passed away, and so we're celebrating him as well today. And then Joel is a father to 3 kids, and Rob is a father to 2 kids, and then is a father to 2 kids, and then is a mother to 1 kid. So happy Father's Day to his husband, and also Rob, Joel, Jill, your husband who has since passed, and then Steve. So those are and okay, so then I have nephews, their fathers as well. Jill, I see your text come in. I can't read it though right now. Joshua is a father. Also Grant is a father. Tyler, I'm not sure if you're a father yet, but happy Father's Day to those nephews. And then let's see, who else? Who am I missing? I know there's more. Jill, do you have? I'm gonna bop on Jill and see. Okay. Side note. I think I said something incorrectly there, but anyways, there's Stella. Okay, so the purpose of this stream is to celebrate my dad. I'm not going to keep you guys long because I know that I do the Kirsh Rant where I just go and go and go. So I'm going to start with the eulogy. So my dad passed away on December 11th, 1989, and it says D. I'm assuming that means death, and then F. I'm assuming that means funeral, which was 2 days later on December 13th, 1989. Just to set the picture, I was 2.5, so I don't remember it. My sister was 5.5, and then my brother was 7, and then Rob was 18. He was a junior in college, I thought. 1920, he was 20. And then Joel was, I'm not sure what the age difference is. I'll figure it out. And then Jill, and then Steve. I believe that they were through college, so above 22, I believe. Just to give you a kind of a setup of the scene of all the kids, all of us Kirsh kids that were there at the funeral. And this is hard, I know, for me to say out loud, and I'm sorry to say, but Steve, Joel, Jill, Rob, they lost their mother when they were young, way too soon. And my dad's first wife, their mother, Jacqueline, and she was a beautiful woman, and I'm sure she was a great mother, incredible mother. And so not only do we celebrate, or I'd like to celebrate her life as well as my father's life, And anybody watching who has lost a parent, we're still celebrating them today. So even if they're not here in this dimension, still celebrating. Okay. Dear Julie Boshke, Boshke was my father's mother, so my grandmother, Boshke. Mike's beloved children, there were 7 of us. Phyllis, my aunt, whom I never had the opportunity to meet, but I think she passed maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Phyllis, so my dad's sister, family and friends. I am touched and honored by the invitation to offer a few words of tribute for Mike. So my dad's name was Myron, Mike. I do so out of affection for the family and out of admiration for this wonderful human being. Well, you can still see him right there, right? Over whose death we mourn, but whose life we celebrate and affirm. Because Mike himself never ceased to celebrate and affirm life. Sandy and I had the pleasure of being part of the important simchas, which I'm not sure what that means, in the life of the Myron Kirsh family. We officiated at Rob's bar mitzvah. I did the naming service for Michael. Michael he's my that I'm not allowed to mention, but it's here written, so I'm saying it out loud. Let's see, at Northampton Village. Okay, I did the naming service for Michael at Northampton Village, of which Mike was co-developer and where we lived when we first moved to Indianapolis. Today, the Sassos, I'm not sure who the Sassos are, but we'll find out, have the privilege of living in the home which Julie and Mike owned. Julie is my mother, my dad's second wife. Today, the Sassos have the privilege of living in the home which Julie and Mike's Summer Lakes is the neighborhood that I grew up in. We know how much joy and how much love has blessed that home in North Willow Farms. Mike was the most enthusiastic and cooperative person we could have ever purchased a home from. During that period, I learned something about Mike's personality. I learned that he truly understood the difference between a materialistic and a religious outlook on life. The materialist seeks pleasure from life through the world of things. In the religious outlook, material concerns are valuable only insofar as they advance the life of the spirit, and they can be shared with others. Mike knew that things are to be used, underlined, and not loved. People are to be loved, underlined, and not used, underlined. So one more time. Mike knew that things are to be used and not loved, and people are to be loved and not used. In health and in illness, Mike lived by this principle. And because of this outlook on life, he was not fearful of death. He who loved life so dearly, and the people with whom he shared it, looked at death straight in the face and was not afraid. Rabbi Milton Steinberg, Alav Hashalom, I don't know what that means, regarded this the ultimate faith stance. When he himself was stricken with illness, he wrote, "Only when the divine presence is given can we hold life at once infinitely precious and yet as a thing lightly to be surrendered. We need to embrace life, we need to learn to embrace life preciously, to hold it, but with open arms." Mike had such a faith stance. His was the faith of a realist, a pragmatist. Is that right? Pragmatist? Pragmatist, but one of very high ideals and honor. His was the faith of common sense with uncommon kindness. His was a faith filled with humor, with funny lines, not so funny, but which were repeated again and again until you thought they were funny. But also a faith endowed with seriousness of purpose. His was a faith unpretentious and humble, yet filled with dignity. When confronted with difficulty and pain, it was a faith that struggled. I'm sure it even questioned, but it remained serene. It will be okay, in quotation marks, were his words to me when I last visited him at the hospital last week. Hold on, I need a moment, just for a tissue. Okay. Thank you for listening. Okay. Okay. When confronted with difficulty and pain, it was a faith that struggled. I'm sure it even questioned, but it remained serene. It will be okay were his words to me when I last visited him at the hospital last week. A faith such as Mike's does not happen in a vacuum. It comes to be in the context of loving and supportive people and of special memories. A nurturing wife, Julie, a beloved mother, Mrs. Kirsh, that's my mom. Children from 2 different stages of living and loving, Steve and Jacques, Jill and David, Joel and Holly and Rob, Jackie's children, Michael, Caroline, and Jessica. Oh, I said their names again. And Jessica, Julie's children, but all bonded together through responsibility and love. It comes from a supportive, extended family, good friends, and wonderful grandchildren who kept renewing Mike's hope in life's vision. Mike would often quote and truly mean the words of the 23rd Psalm we recited at his deathbed. My cup runneth over, and how he loved to see it overflow. Of people like Mike, our tradition uses the description, a mensch, which is M-E-N-T-S-C-H. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm assuming it was a word in the Jewish faith. He was not a fair weather mensch. A mensch is always a mensch. A mensch is decent and responsible in all his relationships, among friends and professional acquaintances, but also among the people we love the most and can so easily take for granted. A mensch is always a mensch. Being a mensch emerges in the smallest details of our life. Running down the street behind a son learning to ride a bicycle, jumping up and down with your excitement when your son hits a baseball or makes a goal for the first time. Holding the hands of a sleepless child, helping a daughter master a business. that one hits close to home. Okay. Helping a daughter master a business. Listening to his son calling long distance from college because he needs reassurance or advice. Speaking with mother long distance regularly and letting her know of her permanent place in his son's heart. Loving his wife 100% without ever doubting that he is equally loved. Fully rejoicing at a simcha, being kind and intuitively wise in times of pain. One of Mike's favorite expressions when happy was, "You'll feel like you died and went to heaven." Those among us who may literally believe in such rewards will know that there is Mike in his own special place. Others among us are assured that Mike contributed through his good and caring ways to make heaven on earth, sometimes out of the most difficult circumstances, for himself, for his family, and for the many people whom he touched in life in his helpful, thoughtful, and loving ways. A mutual friend told me that Mike was fond of saying, "You only go through life once, but if you do it right, that's enough." I think all of you who knew Mike will agree with me that he lived up to his own philosophy, and that in his pilgrimage through life, he has blessed us with goodness and purpose. Thank you for sending it to me, Rob, my brother Rob. And happy Father's Day to you, Dad. Hearing that it makes me know that I'm a lot like him. Helping a daughter master a business, that part really touched me, because I have a business that I really wish he could be here to guide me. But he's here with me in spirit. So, thank you for watching. Happy Father's Day.